Good day, I'm Joe Fryer. We're coming on the air with breaking news. Moments ago, Vice President Kamala Harris's office announced that she's tested positive for COVID-19 today on both rapid and PCR tests. She is not considered a close contact to the president or first lady because of their recent travels and has not exhibited any symptoms, but is going to continue to work from home. Let's go right to NBC News Chief White House correspondent Peter Alexander with more on this. Peter, what do we know?
Joe, we just learned that the Vice President, Kamala Harris, will be isolating and staying at the Vice President's residence, which is a matter of miles away from here at the White House. They say she will not return to work until she tests negative, I should say. That positive test coming just this morning. The Vice President, not a close contact to the president, which is notable because of their travel schedules, as they say. The Vice President arriving back here in Washington late yesterday. She spent most of the last week in Los Angeles, where she and her husband have a home, and also in San Francisco, participating in some fundraisers and a limited schedule of public events here. Obviously, this is the latest and now long list of high-profile administration officials who have tested positive. In recent weeks, we have learned that some cabinet officials have tested positive as well. As for the president himself, he is regularly tested, and to this point, we understand that he remains negative. A little bit later today, the White House will be holding a briefing. For the first time at the podium will be the COVID coordinator, Dr. Ashish Jha. Well, the White House will be formally announcing the purchase of 20 million treatment courses of an antiviral pill made by Pfizer called Paxlovid. That's a pill that they're hoping more Americans will take because it can significantly lower the risk of hospitalization and of deaths here. The last time that President Biden saw the vice president, we have learned, was about 8 days ago. Not yesterday, Monday, but the Monday before, during the Easter egg roll before she headed off to California. But again, Joe, at this time, we were told that the vice president, Kamala Harris, is having no symptoms, that she's fine, frustrated, according to some aides, that she can't go back to work, but that she understands the CDC protocols. And for now, as you say, she will be isolating at the vice president's residence until she's safe to return, Joe.
All right, Peter, thank you so much. Let's bring in senior medical correspondent for NBC News, Dr. John Torres. So, Dr. Torres, we know she's not showing any symptoms, but that doesn't mean she's not contagious. What isolation methods will the vice president have to follow now?
And Joe, that's correct. And right now, the CDC guidelines have reduced that down to 5 days. But it's 5 days starting from when she tested positive, which I'm assuming tested positive today. They consider today day 0. So she'll have to isolate herself Wednesday through Sunday, those 5 days. And then on day 6, she can go out in public, but will need to wear a mask for the next 5 days as well, for a total of 10 days. Now, one thing is, if she starts developing symptoms between now and the end of that 5 days, then she needs to start the whole clock over again, and that would be day 0, and add an additional 5 days to that. The same thing, if she decides to test, they recommend an antigen test in that 5-day period if you decide to test, and if that's positive, then you have to start the clock over again. So at a minimum, today through Sunday, and then Sunday, starting Monday, she could go ahead with the mask, get out in public and be around people, Joe.
Her office says she has not been a close contact to the president. What would be considered a close contact?
So per CDC guidelines, a close contact is being within 6 feet for 15 cumulative minutes in a 24-hour period. So it could be 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, an additional 5 minutes. But they're talking 2 days before symptoms start, or if you're asymptomatic, like she is, 2 days before that positive test. So if the test was today, you go back 2 days, and was she around him Sunday or Monday or today, and that would be considered a close contact, Joe.
And we should note, she received her booster, her second booster, less than a month ago on April 1st. Hearing that, I mean, what does that tell you? What does that remind us about these boosters and the roles that they play right now?
So these boosters play a critical role, and she got her second booster on April 1st, so it's had time to become fully effective at this point. And we know for a fact that right now we're looking at the vaccines as keeping you protected from serious illness, hospitalizations, or death, and not necessarily keeping you from catching COVID, and in cases like this, not having symptoms or having very mild symptoms. So it looks like the vaccines and the boosters are working very well in her case, because so far she's asymptomatic, and hopefully she stays that way, Joe.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.